Hey everyone, welcome to Read Smart Hub, where we turn the best books into bite-sized takeaways to help you grow smarter every day. Today, we're diving into one of the most talked about books on personal finance and behavior, The Psychology of Money by Morgan Housel. Why do some people get rich while others stay poor? Is it luck, skill, or something deeper? This book isn't about complex financial formulas. It's about how our emotions, biases, and behaviors shape our financial decisions. Let's get started. The first big idea in The Psychology of Money is the role of luck and risk. Housel argues that in money and life, luck plays a much bigger role than we admit. For example, Bill Gates is one of the richest people in the world. But did you know he was lucky to attend one of the only high schools in the 1960s with access to a computer? Without that luck, Microsoft might not exist. On the flip side, risk can ruin even the best laid plans. Someone might take the same financial risks as Warren Buffett, but end up bankrupt because of bad timing. The lesson? Don't judge financial success or failure purely on outcomes. Focus on the process and decisions. Next up, the magic of compounding. Housel says that financial success isn't about getting rich quick, it's about getting rich slowly. Warren Buffett didn't become a billionaire overnight. Over 90% of his wealth came after his 50th birthday. The key is to start early, stay consistent, and let time work in your favor. Think of it like planting a tree. The best time to plant it was 20 years ago. The second best time, today. Here's a truth bomb. Your behavior with money is more important than your intelligence or knowledge. Housel shares stories of people who earn millions but go bankrupt because of poor spending habits. On the other hand, there are people with modest incomes who retire wealthy because they live below their means and invest wisely. The takeaway? It's not about how much you earn, it's about how much you keep and grow. One of my favorite lessons from the book is this: the ultimate goal of money is freedom. Money isn't just about buying stuff, it's about buying time. The ability to wake up every day and say, I can do whatever I want today, is the real measure of wealth. Housel says that having control over your time is the highest dividend money pays. So, instead of chasing luxury cars or big houses, focus on building a life where you have the freedom to choose how you spend your time. Let's talk about emotions. Greed and fear are two of the biggest drivers of financial decisions. When the stock market is booming, greed makes people take unnecessary risks. And when it crashes, fear makes them sell at the worst possible time. Housel's advice? Be patient and stay the course. Avoid making emotional decisions based on short-term market movements. Remember, investing is a marathon, not a sprint. Here's a fascinating concept: tail events. In finance, most of the success comes from a small number of big wins. For example, out of Amazon's thousands of investments, a handful, like AWS, account for most of its profits. The same applies to your portfolio. A few great investments can outweigh dozens of mediocre ones. The lesson? Don't stress over every decision. Focus on making a few great ones and let them compound over time. Housel says that being reasonable is more important than being rational, I say. In theory, it's rational to invest every penny you have in the stock market. But in reality, it's reasonable to keep some cash for emergencies or sleep better at night. Personal finance is personal. What works for someone else might not work for you. So focus on what makes you comfortable and aligns with your goals. Here's a mind-blowing idea. Wealth is what you don't see. The richest people often don't look rich because they don't spend their money on flashy things. Instead, they invest it. Housel reminds us that spending money to show off is the fastest way to lose it. True wealth is hidden. It's in the bank accounts, investments, and assets that grow over time. All right, let's recap the key lessons from The Psychology of Money. 1. Luck and risk play a huge role in financial success. 2. Compounding is your best friend. Start early and stay consistent. 3. Your behavior matters more than your intelligence. 4. Freedom is the ultimate goal of money. 5. Avoid emotional decisions driven by greed and fear. 6. Tail events drive most of your success. 7. Be reasonable, not just rational. 8. True wealth is what you don't see. If you enjoyed this summary, hit the like button, subscribe to Read Smart Hub, and let me know in the comments, what's your biggest takeaway from The Psychology of Money? Thanks for watching, and remember, money is more about mindset than math. See you in the next video.